ran everything. We paid off cops, we paid off lawyers, we paid off judges. Everybody had their hands out. Everything was for the taking. And now it's all over.
Welcome, everybody, for joining me and everybody who joined us yesterday for Main Card Madness. That's right. Main Card Madness made a return for UFC Qatar. My microphone was off for one of the fights. Let's put it at 2. Give it a little bit of bass. It's Sunday night. It's the time to rejoice. The Ray Hyclak Show is here. And I got some fun stories. I've also got some stuff to talk about that I'm very surprised by. Cleveland Browns won today against the Oakland, Los Angeles, Las Vegas Raiders. Their 3-name team. And I got some opinions. The Steelers blew it against Chicago. Looks like we're going to go 9-7 as we always do. And Tomlin should get a disciplinary action at this point. Mike Tomlin should at least get a stern talking to from the Rooney family for the prospect of yet again going 9-7. Unacceptable. That more. I saw they might be Giants on Friday. And that was fun. Last minute thing. Girlfriend was doing something with the family, so I couldn't do anything with her. And a friend of mine decided to offer up a ticket to They Might Be Giants. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. How much I love They Might Be Giants. How much influence in my life that band has really had, especially in the 90s and my early childhood when they were doing it, like they were actually putting out kids songs. And yeah, They Might Be Giants. Great band, man. Great band. This is my winter troll hole, by the way. This is the fancy one. I just wanted to show this to you guys. All my diamond encrusted stuff that I've stolen from the Dragons over the years, my blue flame over this way. I'm going to just point to it that way. I got some fancy wine tonight for you guys. A little candle action over on this side, too, with my signs. Tonight, though, it's just, I really didn't have anything. And then I watched the Browns game, and I had stuff to talk about. I also have a couple videos of fights, one fight that I saw, and then a story out of North Carolina that we'll end on. Nothing negative tonight. Nothing really negative. Nothing really, because I'm out of it, man. Like, I think I speak for a lot of human beings out there when I say I'm newsed out. Like, newsed out on, like, politics. I'm newsed out on what people are doing, what seditious behaviors being where, who's doing what in politics. The Epstein files are out, people. Everything's fine. Everything is fine, I guess. I don't know. I'm tuckered out, man. I'm really, it's getting hard to person every other day. Like every other day. I can do it like maybe 3 times a week. And then it's that 4th time's a little bit of a struggle, but I get there. So yeah, it's the Ray Hyclak Show. We do this live every single Sunday night on a multitude of platforms. Also in conjunction with Abraham Drinking Those Sexy People. I should put Like when I do these troll holes, I should put an Abraham drinking logo somewhere in this. I keep forgetting. Hold on, we're gonna do that. We're gonna put, because I have a logo on me that I can use. I got a lot of photos. I gotta work on some stuff, dog. All right, we'll remove the background for this too. I need to do that in the other app. Okay, this is live editing, everybody. I feel bad that I keep forgetting to put that up there. And they allow me the opportunity to come and party every single week on this platform, and I don't show them that much love, and I should. I should. Let's do a remove background on that one. I'll go up to the top. I'll just put on one of the barrels. That way we can really go for it. I like it. There it is. Hooray, everybody. Let's put that down there for the niceties. That is Abraham drinking. Now they're on the show. Yay. Hold on. Let's fix this in post. Negative goes that. Oh, yep. I want positive. I want to go with the barrel. I'll just keep that like it is. Move it in just a little and center it. There we go. There we are. Perfect. I tell you, man. I talked about it last week, but it's gotten better because I haven't drank energy drinks really in a week. But the mania I was dealing with earlier in the week was is kind of subsided a little. Luckily, let me grab a beer here. But it's still kind of there. I got a thing from having just a shitty sock on a boot that I'm dealing with. It's like it's just severe athlete's foot, basically. It's athlete's ankle, more or less. It's just like right on the top of there. But it's because I just keep thinking like I have something I don't. Knock on wood. Never take those home with me, but it's definitely the thing I fear most. Are just like being infested with bugs, like carpet beetles, those kind of things that really don't do damage to anything but clothing you can buy. That's fine. That's perfectly fine by me. Honestly, I don't. Why hold on. I gotta bring something up here. Something's missing from this show, and it's the tech. Pretty much everything is missing from this show right now that I hold dear. I'm like looking around going, what is missing from this show? And of course, it's the logos. The logos of the show. You got to have these. You got to have the instructions, the call to action. You got to have that. It's not a podcast unless you have that, right? Is that what I'm going for? Is that what we're talking about here? Oh man, I don't know. It's just all a big. I was not in a rush to do anything today, and I totally forgot to just space all my shit out. But anyway, it's okay because we're here live as usual. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the Ray Hyclak Show starts. If you're interested ever. Usually people aren't, but I'm okay with it. It's the show where I am never wrong. I want everybody to know that. That's part of this lore of this show. What up, Lance the Master? How you doing, pal? Good to see you. Share the show out with folks you know. This is you got about 40 minutes more of me on your phone or tablet, whatever you're watching me on. But thank you for being here. As long as you give me also a share, follow as well, I will share back. Or I will follow back to people, the OGs that start coming to this show more regularly. I appreciate every person that is on here. Thank you for being here. But it's it's that time of the year, kids. It's and are you from X? Can I? Oh my God, I can actually see X comments. By the way, Oh, that's nice. They finally fixed that. Oh, I can't respond, but I can see you on X. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, I've had a weird like couple of weeks, and it's mainly because I quit drinking energy drinks finally. I'm actually in a normal headspace again. Not enough to not stop drinking, but little baby steps, kids. Little baby steps on the way to yeah, and that's an X comment. Oh, sweet. Someone on I can actually post X comments. Thank you. They fixed that finally? Holy shit. Oh, you have no idea. Evie Mux for X has been garbage on chat. Like none of it. I stopped drinking C4s recently. Good decision. Dude, I was doing daily. And when I mean daily, I mean almost Sunday I would take a break from them on Sundays. Sometimes. Other times if I was like dragging ass from the night before from like a hardcore night of drinking, I would do one sugar-free monster a day. And this was 3 years consistently drinking that amount of sugar-free monster with the green top. This is the legit sugar-free shit. I was drinking one of those a day every day for 3 years straight, and my brain finally had it, man. The weed, and also I found there was a strain of weed that gave me panic attacks too. And that's being cut out completely from my daily routine. But it's hard, man. It's hard to find the shit that fucks with you, especially since like, man, I'm almost 40. I'm gonna admit that, guys. I'm almost fucking 40. I'm 4 years. I'm a presidential term away from 40 years old. Like, it's oh my god. You want to talk about like I now have to pay attention to almost everything I do. Just because I know once I step the threshold of 50 in 14 years, oh, bro, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It scares me. It really does. Like the health I got psoriasis. Like I got this shit on my elbows. I got fucking on my body. Like in general, it sucks. I got on my chest. I got on my fucking chest. I got a nice red mark. Thank God I got a girlfriend, dude. Oh, it's terrible. And as I'm getting older, like even beer's fucking with me. When I was at They Might Be Giants. Next day, I didn't feel great. Did 2 corn dogs from a gas station help? No, they did not. But I was fucked all day yesterday. It was, believe it or not, it was after main card madness where I felt like ass. After I went through main card madness, that's when like all the performance adrenaline just drained from my fucking already kind of drunk body. I had only caffeine that day. I did not drink a single thing of alcohol. I couldn't look at beer after They Might Be Giants. Because to be honest with you, if you know the band They Might Be Giants and you've been to those shows, those crowds are drinkers. They're fantastic. It's everybody's hammered. Nobody is fucking getting angry. There's no fighting. Somebody puked within like right before the fucking band went on stage. But it was weird because like to be around a bunch of drunks who aren't angry, because I've also gone to flogging Molly shows where there's been fights and bullshit between fucking people. It's mostly the younglings that were doing it. I was a youngling flogging Molly fan back in the day when that shit was going on. But you look at like, first of all, we also need to talk about alcohol prices if we're going to talk about the concert. But I'll bring that up in a minute. Yeah, Saturday felt like dick. Thank you to everybody, by the way, who stopped by to watch Main Card Madness consistently. We had hundreds of people watching consistently. and for people to be the certain platforms, they were in and out, but we had a consistent hundreds amount of people, which to me, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting to have anybody actually watching this fucking show, I wanted to put it together because it was Ian Garry versus fucking Belal Muhammad, and you had Dan Hooker versus Arman Tsarukyan, and those two main events already sell me on a pay-per-view. But to have it in Qatar too was kind of, but it was 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Didn't have any problem with that. But yeah, man, They Might Be Giants is so good. If you don't know They Might Be Giants, I'm going to edit something in real time here because I have to. There's the crop. It's very fun. All right. But yeah, thank you guys to the hundreds of people who stayed through first fight, the Horiguchi win to Arman winning. We'll talk about the card more in a minute, but I kind of want to get They Might Be Giants live. That way we can kind of get some distorted video. If you don't remember They Might Be Giants, they were your childhood. If you were a a kid in the early 2000s, you heard a lot of They Might Be Giants through different TV shows, different movies. They're one of the most prolific art rock bands ever. I mean, they are one of the coolest fucking acts ever, and I couldn't have been happier to be able to see them at and forgive me for using Jimmy Kimmel, but it's Jimmy Kimmel, and I can actually it's They Might Be Giants. They're so good. I'm willing to take a strike on this, so let's play this. Fucking love them. I fucking love They Might Be Giants, dog. Their songs are so eclectic and so just I don't know how to describe them. They tell stories while they sing. They're one of the best bands of the 90s, especially that alt rock sound that a lot of bands tried to do. If you go back, a lot of our childhood shows had They Might Be Giants in them. How I got into them at a very, very, very young age was Tiny Toon Adventures. If you remember Tiny Toon Adventures, They Might Be Giants was featured heavily in an MTV sort of music video kind of thing that the Tiny Toons did. Let me bring it up here. Tiny Toons Istanbul. There we are. It was Constantinople, but now it's Istanbul. Nobody knows but the Turks why. But yeah, I'm willing to take a hit on this because this is awesome. This was my childhood. And they played an album that I only know, I think, like one or two songs on. But I was happy to hear it. Another great thing about this band, They Might Be Giants, what I love about their live performance is they started a little late. They advertised it at like 6:30, which means I think the doors were supposed to open at 6:30, right? Long ass line. It was sold out at the world famous Cleveland Agora, which it's not the original. It's not the original Cleveland Agora. The original Cleveland Agora is now, I think, a parking lot somewhere. You can go visit the site if you're ever in Cleveland for, a convention or some kind of medical thing. Because not a lot of people come to this town for a lot. We pray for concerts in here. We actually do a fire dance in the city of Cleveland every year for really good concerts. And a lot of times we either get that or Gordon Lightfoot. I don't know why. We get a short end of the stick, the city of Cleveland, a lot of times for bands. I mean, I've looked at some bands I love, and they're going to, like, I get it, Columbus, bigger population. You're going to make a lot more money doing a show. But I live in Cleveland. I've begged even artists who are local or regional, can you do a Saturday show so I can come from Cleveland to see you? Because a lot of times, a lot of bands don't come to Cleveland anymore. And it sucks because this is a great concert town, man. This is you want to talk about some of the best venues to get drunk and get punched in the face in a mosh pit? We have them. We really do. We have some of the most beautiful venues in the world, in my opinion. I've seen some venues of some concerts and, around the world. And the architecture of these venues, too, because they're so old, is awesome. So I always say, man, for a lot of faults that Cleveland has, we have had legendary concert venues. And the Cleveland Agora is no slouch on its own. It's a constituted theater that they made the Cleveland Agora now. They just basically slapped the name on it. And then they've renovated it over the years too. But it's a really dope venue. And but the one thing I love about They Might Be Giants shows is they're advertised as one thing that I think a lot of bands should do, especially older bands. I get. Let me say this. I get. You want to help a band get recognition playing in front of you. I get it. You want the band to be there in front of you so they know they can get a fan base of their own. But I am at the age in concerts now, because I have been going to them since I was 13, full time, like for reals, 13. Ozfest 2002. I consider that my first, Kid Rock. I was 10. Yeah, I was 10 in Kid Rock in 99. But I went to like Houston Livestock Show and rodeos, but I don't consider those concerts. I consider that like a rodeo with Alan Jackson playing. You know what I'm saying? But what I love about They Might Be Giants is they forego the opening act to play their entire set. Just their entire, they'll take, I think it was a 15-minute smoke break, basically, and then come back out and play a bunch of hits, play a bunch of old classic shit that no one's heard in a while. But that's what I love about They Might Be Giants, and I feel like a lot of older bands should do that, dude. I think, honestly, if you look at a band like They Might Be Giants, shit, we'll just throw out Foreigner. I'll throw out an older band like Foreigner, right? Big in the 80s, huge. People loved them. They have a long catalog. Don't have an opening act, dog. Play every fucking song that is on the Foreigner catalog, and let's go. Like, I'll be out of there by 9:00. I'll go drink at the bar for another hour and then unwind from seeing Foreigner. They Might Be Giants was great because they went on stage. They played songs we all know and love. Couldn't have enjoyed it more. And we were done, I think, by like 10:30. The show started at like 8:30. And it was just them. It was just them. I love that shit. Sometimes it's nice to go to a show and you'll pick up a new artist or whatever, but I don't have a lot of drive space for music anymore. I love live music and I've seen a lot of it. If you tell me that there's going to be fucking vuvuzelas in the park live for me to watch and I have a joint or four, I'm in. Like, I'm in, dog. Let's go. And for a band to be able to do that and have decently priced merch too, like $35 shirts is awesome. I think T-Pain, it was like $40 shirts. Like T-Pain was like 40. The TMBG was 35. Not a huge difference, but willing to pay 30 for a t-shirt over anything else, or even just like a $10 sticker or something to just support the band. So that was fun. Probably was my last concert of the year. I went to 3 this year. Skinny Lister. I went to T-Pain, and then we ended the year on the Surprise They Might Be Giant show. So I hit my quota every year. I try to go to at least 3 concerts. Doesn't matter size, scope, genre of band. I like going to 3 shows a year. And usually one of them is Flogging Molly. That's always one of them. But Dave King's been fighting health issues the past couple years, or the past year, actually. So it's good to know that, I was able to hit that quota. The Agora was great. I'm telling you though, dude, I can't pay. I think it was like $13.50 for a tall boy anymore. There's got to be a bubble. There's got to be a bubble that hits somewhere for us to just not have that anymore, man. Because I'm not a fan. Not a fan of it at all. It makes you drink a lot less. I get they're bigger, but it's like it makes me drink a lot less. But I did drink a little bit when I got home. Went home, passed out. Then yesterday, to address it again. Thank you. I cannot, and I mean this dead ass, I cannot say how appreciative I am of everybody that showed up for Main Card Madness yesterday for UFC Qatar. Sort of a sperm of the moment kind of thing. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it in time, but I was able to pull together my resources and start a live stream about a half hour before the main card started. So I was able to get that in, and it was about 2.5, 3 hours. We did all the fights that were on the main card. And then I ate tacos afterwards. So yeah, it was awesome. It was definitely, it was nice. It was sort of a weird validation of me trying to be able to do some cool shit and people saying, "Hey, I actually like what you're doing." So I like seeing that on the internet, and I like seeing communities come together. And for people who really like MMA and watching people bullshit about MMA, it meant a lot for me to have hundreds of people watching at once. Even on if it was just one platform, I don't give a fuck. The fact that people wanted to watch me do that, it's mind blowing and it's appreciative. That card was fucking mind blowing. So I think what we should do is do some sports ball, shall we? It's sports ball, everybody. Let's change that over, shall we? Oh man, let's go to events. Let's go 2. Where is it? Hooker Tsarukyan. I like the loading screen, Moss. I like it a lot. Shout out to the MMA holes. May their reign of MMA YouTube continue, and may they grow on X along with the rest of us, as they are the king dominators. And you can do that. Make sure, by the way, do that for me. I'm going to click on that. Where is it? Right here. Make sure to donate to the MMA holes. They do a great service. They created this website, the MMAholes.tv, for you to go do goat milk, which is a competitive MMA weekly challenge series where you can get a belt at the end of it. So Moss and JBM, really the top Fukin dogs. They give their fans that title after for streams and stuff like that, but they are the top Fukin dogs of MMA internet. And to see Moss be the savage that he is and working his balls off all the time, proud of the motherfucker. And I thank him because, if it wasn't for him finding me, I wouldn't have the stones to continue doing this shit, especially for Bro Plata. Bro Plata wouldn't have continued if it wasn't for Moss, because we did not have an audience, and Moss and JBM found us on the MMA hole, or on their MMA holes YouTube account, and appreciate them more than they realize, more than they fucking realize. So thank you. Shout out to them. Go follow them on all the social medias. Thank you guys for watching. Let's talk about this card, dude, because I covered the main card. Luke Riley got his first win in the UFC. I wanted to kind of discuss this real quick. Kid came out of Cage Warriors, one of Patty Pimlet's disciples, and he is probably going to be a problem at 145. So yeah, it's 145. I gotta check this real quick. Oh, does not have it. All right. Never mind then. Yeah, featherweight's 145. It's been a while since I've thought about MMA weight rankings. But yeah, Kyoji Horiguchi legitimately steals the soul of another man at 125 with a rear naked choke, choking out Tagir Ulanbekov. And it wasn't a good night for a lot of the fighters from certain countries. You have the bottom half that was definitely, looks like they all kind of dominated, but up top it was not a good night for a lot of fighters. But yeah, Tagir, he went out, checked his hand, and Kyoji Horiguchi ended up winning the competition in the third round. I thought this was going to go to a decision the way the fight was going, and then Horiguchi just kicked it into a different gear and started really smothering Tagir. He had dropped him a few times, was the more active fighter. Ulanbekov didn't look like he wanted to be there, and for him to get knocked out the way he did, or choked out, it shows that, Horiguchi, being the veteran he is, I mean, he's, I think, 37 at this point. Got 2 knockdowns and tried to get a couple takedowns, but was able to get up from the ground game of Ulanbekov. So shout out to him. This fight right here. Oh, this kicked off the fireworks. And I think my mic was off for this. Pretty sure. Didn't last long. Waldo Cortes-Acosta found a new dimension to show Shamil Gaziev's brain with his fist and made the big man crumble in the first round. I mean, he went backwards. It wasn't even, this wasn't like questioning, he's kind of whatever. It's stunned. He stunned Gaziev pretty hard. But to finish the way he did and just make him timber backwards was wild. I loved it. So much fun to watch that fight and to call it live on the live stream. This one made me question why I love mixed martial arts so goddamn much. My Mick Tybeck Orolbai taking on Jack Hermanson. Jack Hermanson, an always dangerous kickboxer, was negated by Miktek Ulanbekov or Orolbai. I was almost going to say thing, but the names are so they hurt my brain sometimes when I read them, dog. Like they're just so bad. So bad. Oh, let's move that down that way. There we are. Perfect. Give me my sense of purpose. Yeah, Jack was done. I mean, you saw him after the camera got put on him. He's like, he was done. He couldn't form sentences. He was almost swallowing his tongue. It was bad. But again, it's cool when a KO happens, but when a KO happens that bad, you question why you love the sport. Same thing with this one. Alonzo Menefield got put down hard by Volkan Ozdemir in the first round. We had a lot of KOs on this card, and I couldn't have been more happy with that because I got to play the "Oh My God, They're Dead" song. But the fight, I wanted this segment to be focused on because Arman Tsarukyan, we'll just kind of go to this. He got the head and arm triangle to beat Dan Hooker. That wasn't the fight that I knew was gonna be like Arman was gonna win that. I knew Arman was gonna win this fight. He's a savage. He's built like a brick shithouse. He's just absolutely way more jacked than a human being should be naturally, but he does a lot of explosive stuff. So he's got a lot of fast twitch muscle fiber. Congratulations, Arman keeps his number one status. Cool. This fight, though, is why I watched this card in general. Ian Machado Garry beats Belal Muhammad handily. Beats him pretty well. I mean, there was not a lot that Muhammad Belal could do, or Belal Muhammad Belal. Dyslexia moment, I guess. Belal Muhammad couldn't do shit against Ian Machado Garry. And Ian Machado Garry now is not, I wouldn't say primed yet to become the number one contender. We've still got one monster by the name of Shavkat Rakhmonov, and I saw something Islam Makhachev said about Shavkat not fighting in a year. You can't keep your number one status if you don't fight. I agree with you on that. Shavkat's one of those guys that can go multiple times because he's just such a fucking badass. But I get it. You want to save yourself for the world title. You want to save yourself for a shot at Islam Makhachev at 155. Perfect. 170. You want to save yourself for 170. You want to save yourself for that title fight. I've seen Shavkat. He doesn't put a lot of effort into his shit, and I mean that in the best respective way possible. He is so fucking good. I saw Ian Machado Garry, same thing, UFC 285. Both men fought on that card, and it was awesome to watch Jeff Neal lose to Ian Garry, and then it was awesome to see Shavkat Rakhmonov take Jeff Neal and turn him into a fucking punching bag. That's the fight, by the way. I think that's your title eliminator at this point because, I mean, Belal Muhammad, I think, was a flash in the pan. I think he got lucky. I don't think, given any other fighter outside of Leon Edwards, who at the time Rocky was on his warpath, I get it, but like Belal just made him look bad, and then Jack Della Maddalena took the belt from Belal. So what does that say about Belal Muhammad? Is he wavering a lot more in the big lights? I think so, because this was supposed to be able to keep him away or keep Ian Garry away from those top 5 spots. And Ian is a top 5 fighter. If you don't think Ian Machado Garry is a top 5 fighter, I would love to tell you how much you are wrong. because that performance, though not super impressive, Ian Garry was not massively impressive on that fight. That is not a, I'm gonna block that one. There we are. Boop boop. Ian Garry's win on Saturday was not as impressive as I was hoping he would be if he was trying to make a statement. I said it yesterday on the live stream that he had to beat the living shit out of Belal Muhammad to even be considered a title opportunity. I mean, he really had to dominate him, and he didn't. Belal kept in it, but Belal just kept getting just countered constantly from Ian Garry. And at some points when he was trying to grapple with him, Ian was getting the better of the grappling scenarios too. So it's, Belal's an older dude. Ian's on his way up. And we saw the differences between the generations now. And Ian Garry is that guy. I mean, Ian Garry straight up is that guy. And I'm happy for him. This big win. Former world champion, granted, not one of the best world champions you could beat, but Ian Garry got the dub and continues his winning ways. Only a loss, by the way. Only loss, and now he has to avenge that loss against Shavkat. And if I was Dana, that would be, if I was Dana, I would give it 6 months, 7 maybe, and have Ian Garry versus Shavkat Rakhmonov at International Fight Week in July, and you have everybody understanding that this is who's gonna face Islam Makhachev for the 170-pound title. That's it. That's all this is. 170-pound title is going to be determined. The contender is going to be determined in the next 6 months. So who knows? And by the time we get to USA 252 as well, you got that coming up. That could be a main event. That could be a co-main event. 5 rounds. Make that a co-main event for the number 1 contendership in the UFC. And you got 2 guys in Shavkat and Ian that can really pull some eyes together for that card. And best part is it's going to be free next year once Paramount Plus goes. I'm buying that in a couple of weeks, actually. My next paycheck's coming up, and I'm going to buy the annual subscription to Paramount Plus. We're going to stream every single numbered event, fight weeks or fight nights on Saturdays. That's going to be whenever I want it. But once a month, we're going to see how this goes. I want to sort of dry run it with the numbered events. So mark your calendars. Let's see when the December card comes up. All right. December. Oh, it doesn't have any. All right. UFC PPV January 2026. Let's see if we got some. January 24th, UFC 324. We'll be doing live from the black box of doom that is this studio. Live reaction to UFC 324 will be, and also we are gonna do, because it's the end of an era, the December card, which will be when UFC PPV December 2025. Actually, I will not be doing that. December 16th. Or December 6th, but I will not be doing that. So sorry guys, but we will reconvene for sure in December or January 24th is when I will be bringing Main Card Madness full time back. It'll be a monthly thing just to see how many people come in. And I'm going to kind of gauge that because a lot of people come they don't want to pay the money. So it's $120 for a year. I got to say, if you're a hardcore, that's going to be the deal. That's going to be your deal after paying. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm deathly serious when I say this. Thousands of dollars over the years. Thousands of dollars paid to the UFC in pay-per-view dues. $120 sounds like a drop in the bucket for a year. It basically, you'll get half your money back after the first pay-per-view. So if you really want to think about it, if you're like wishy-washy right now about possibly the Paramount Plus deal, I got to tell you, man, I'm doing it because I just don't want to pay $800. I don't want to pay the fucking $80 fee anymore. Like, I'm glad they're going to this method. Like, this should have been how they did it a while back. Because WWE did it. They've been successful. They're owned by TKO now. So it's not like it's just Vince's money. It's the shareholders' money too. I do not like that. Anyway. So the PLE event thing will work because also you will have enough ticket sales to be able to do that. Now will ticket sales go up or ticket prices go up? It's a possibility, kids. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a possibility. I mean, I paid $400. The last UFC pay-per-view I went to, I paid $40 for second level, and I was actually pretty close to the railing and was still pretty far away. But it was, $40 is $40 or, $400 is $400 when you're in T-Mobile Arena. But anywhere else, I don't want to pay more than maybe $2 for UFC tickets at this point. All righty. Let's do this. Because I do want to talk about this right now. Because I'm flabbergasted. Fucking flabbergasted by what I just saw about an hour ago, actually. And that was the Cleveland Browns actually did well. Holy shit. Cleveland Browns actually did some fucking good shit, man. And Shedeur Sanders, Dion was in the building at in Las Vegas at the disc, the Death Star, which if you've never seen the Death Star, if you've never seen photos of it or anything like that, it's a big black disc in the middle or like on the outskirts of Las Vegas downtown where the Raiders play. It's I think it's like a Legion Stadium or something like that. And it's a beautiful thing. And hold on, I'm texting somebody. All right. But yeah, dude. Going into Allegiant Stadium, the Browns really not great. They're going for, I think it was a 2-8 record. They're currently I think 3-8 right now, tied with Cincinnati for the worst record in the division. As you can see, the AFC North. Pittsburgh didn't do well either today. We'll go over those stats here. But the Browns actually looked like a fucking football team today. I watched the game on Channel 19, which is our local CBS affiliate. They played the 4:00 game because it was West Coast. And the Browns actually fucking look like a team. It's wild. It's more or less, it kind of goes to show you that the Baker Mayfield thing was more of a Kevin Stefanski didn't like him kind of scenario. Or the office didn't like him. I don't know, but either way, A guy in like Shedeur Sanders, we'll see what goes on for the next couple of weeks. We got, this is week 12. The Browns have had their bye week already, and you're going into some really wild games. They might, believe it or not, they might share the series this year with the Steelers. They might actually share the series this year with the Steelers. I don't see them winning one, but I want to take a look at their schedule. Here we are. I'm going to open a new tab. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. I wanted their schedule. Thank you. All right, let's open that new tab, but close some tabs too, because we're not talking about shit anymore. So, yeah, the Browns, let's take a look at their schedule. Full schedule here. All right. Yeah, we've beaten them once, and then we play them on the 28th again in Cleveland. So the Pittsburgh Steelers will be coming here on the 28th of December. I don't want notifications. So I don't see them winning. Let's see. San Francisco, no. I don't see I see maybe the Titans being a good one. The Bears are kind of surging. Buffalo's Buffalo. They're going to beat the shit out of the Browns. And then you got Cincinnati, your last game of the season. I don't see the Browns going better than, I don't know. Probably one more win the rest of the season. If Kevin Stefanski keeps his job this year after this season, I'll be surprised. It has to also have a lot of Shedeur Sanders performance based off of that. But let's kind of go down the scoring drives. First quarter, I did not see the first quarter or the first touchdown. Saw the second one. A lot of offensive mistakes made by the rookie Shedeur, but it's going to come with age, and he looks comfortable in that role of being number one. So who knows? Will Dion be a fucking prophet for his son to be a goddamn king? But let's focus on one stat here that I do want to focus on, and it is the defense. But stats. Let's go to the defense here. 0 interceptions, by the way. That's never a Browns stat you ever see. But the defense, I do want to shout out them because they got 10 sacks today. Which, again, it doesn't speak to how good the Browns are. It speaks to how horribly run the Las Vegas Raiders are. The Raiders fans were booing them at the Death Star. I mean, it was bad. That flame is going out quickly in that fan base, and I couldn't be happier. Like that, the Oakland Raiders fans are just garbage. They always have been. They're just nutbags. They really are. So, again, congratulations to the Browns. Their season has been over for a couple weeks now, so I'm not really, I'm not threatened by them. 6-5 though. We need to talk because we blew this one. We had the lead, we were up, and then Chicago just came back to beat us. Let's go to this one again. There we are. Yeah, we lost by 3 points. And the last touchdown came from after 10 plays, 50 yards, and then touchdown, shotgun, and then just ran it up the middle on us for the victory. Sucks. But again, I think Tomlin's just gonna go 9-7 like he always does. Or 9-6, and we're gonna be the laughing stock of the division, or we're not gonna be the laughing stock of the division. We're not gonna have anything that's completely shit coming our way, which is good. we'll just make the playoffs and then get eliminated in the first round like we always do. So it's whatever. If the Roonies want to get a new, head coach, please let's get some new blood in here and see what we can do. But if you don't, all right, sorry. We'll just go from there. But let's talk. I want to end podcast. Been going for about an hour now. I almost got everything I needed to talk about. But let's end on some news, guys. It's news time. This one came to me right as I was about to go on air. And it's a wild story. I'd hate to be this woman at the moment. But a woman apparently had a cat dropped through her windshield while that was coming from a bald eagle. So this bald eagle trolled her with a fucking a cat right to the thing, picked up probably from someone's yard, which they do that. They're big birds, so it's definitely something you can go for. But let's read the story. A motorist in Western North Carolina escaped injury. I thought that said the jury. I don't know why. When the carcass of a cat crashed into the passenger side of her windshield along a highway near the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in North Carolina. In a call to 911, the unidentified driver on U.S. Route 74 in Swain County near Bryson City, don't know where that is, told the dispatcher that a bald eagle dropped the cat. I wonder how high the eagle was for that to be able to just crash right through. I mean, look at that. It is not clear if the feline slipped from the eagle's talons, more than likely, or was discarded simply because the big bird didn't have a taste for it. I would say it probably slipped through somehow. I may not have believed, or you may not believe me, but I just had a bald eagle drop a cat through my windshield, the incredulous driver said on the 911 call. It has absolutely shattered my windshield. And it did. Wow. That is a fucking... I would have loved to have seen the dash cam of that. You just hear... That's all you fucking... It's like Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out. That'd be awesome. Oh, that's a big one right there. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a couple things tonight. Let's bring my troll hole back. Thank you guys for being with me. We do this every single Sunday. I'm tired. It's been a long weekend, a long week. Going into Thanksgiving. Thank you guys. I will give thanks to you all right now. And thank you for being here every single Sunday with me. It's very awesome that I have just anybody that wants to watch this show, and for people to watch the show and also watch Main Card Madness. It means a lot, and I appreciate all you guys for being here. We're gonna end the show now, and I gotta tell you, I say this every single week since I've started the podcast because I want to give you a little bit of hope and affirmation in your life, a little bit of keep goingness, if you will. And that is, you got to think about this whenever you're broke, whenever you're destitute, whenever you are out there not really doing it, you're not getting pussy. Just remember, everybody gets bugs. Thank you guys very much. You have a great night, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you.